You know, I feel man has always wanted or tried to find out something beyond the everyday living, everyday routine, everyday pleasures, every activity of thought. He wanted something much more. I don't know, you have been to India. I do not know if you've been to villages. They put a little stone under a tree, put some marking on it. Next day they have flowers, and the fourth day people are there. It has become divinity. It has become something religious. That same principle is continued in the cathedrals. It's exactly the same thing when you mass and all the rituals in India and all that. It begins there. The desire for human beings to find something more than what thought has put together. Not being able to find it, they romanticize it. They create symbols. Or somebody who has got a little bit of this, they worship. And around that they do all kinds of rituals, Indian puja, you know, all that business goes on. And that's called religion, which has absolutely nothing to do with behavior, with our daily life. So, seeing all this, both in the West and the East, in the world of Islam, in the world of Hindu Buddhism and all that, it's the same principle going on. Worshipping an image which they have created, whether it's the Buddha or Jesus or Christ, it is the human mind that has created the image.
Oh, yes. Oh, certainly.
And they worship the image which is their own. In other words, they are worshipping themselves.
And the division, the split, grows wider. Yes.
So religion, when one asks, what is religion? Obviously, one must negate, in the sense, not brutally cut off, understand all this. And so negate all the religions. Negate the religion of India and the multiple gods and goddesses, and here the religion of Christianity, which is an image which they have created, which is idolatry. They mightn't like to call it idolatry, but it is. It's an idolatry of the mind. The mind has created the ideal, and the mind, through the hand, created the statue, the cross, and so on and so on. So, if one really puts all that aside, the belief, the superstition, the worship of the person, worship of an idea, and the rituals and the tradition, all that, if one can do it, and one must do it to find out.
Exactly. There's a point of terror here that is many faceted, it seems to me. It has so many different mirrors that it holds up to one's own dysfunction. To reach the place where one is willing to begin at the point where he makes this negation in order to find out. He thinks very often that he's being required to assume something in advance in order to make the negation. And therefore he balks at that, and he won't do it.
No, because the brain needs security. Otherwise it can't function.
That's right.
So it finds security in a belief, in an image, in rituals, in the propaganda of 2,000 or 5,000 years. And there is a sense of safety, comfort, security, well-being. Somebody is looking after the image of somebody greater than me who is looking after my inwardly, he's responsible, all that. So when you are asking a human being to negate all that, he's faced with immense sense of danger. Immense sense of, he becomes panicked.
Exactly.
So to see all that, to see the absurdity of all the present religions, the utter meaninglessness of it all, and to face being totally insecure and not be frightened.
I sense a trick that one can play on himself right here.
Oh.
Again, I'm very grateful to you that we're exploring together this pathology.
Yes.
And in its various facets. One can begin with the notion that he's going to make this negation in order to attain to something better.
No, that's not negation.
And that's not negation at all.
The negation is to deny what is false, not knowing what is true.
Yes.
To see the false in the false, and to see the truth in the false. And it is the truth that denies the false. You don't deny the false, but you see what is false. And the very seeing of what is false is the truth.
Yes, of course.
And that denies, that sweeps away all this. I don't know if I make myself clear. So that's it. Negation can only take place when the mind sees the false. The very perception of the false is a negation of the false. And when you see the religions based on miracles, based on personal worship, based on the fear that you yourself, your own life is so shoddy, empty, meaningless, and it is so transient. You're gone in a few years, and the mind creates the image which is eternal, which is marvelous, which is the beautiful, the heaven, and identifies with it and worships it. Because it needs a sense of security, deeply. And it has created all this superficial nonsense, a circus. It is a circus.
Oh, yes.
So can the mind observe this phenomenon and see its own demand for security, comfort, safety, permanency, and deny all that? Deny in the sense, see how the brain, thought, creates the sense of permanency, eternality, or whatever you like to call it. And to see all that. Therefore, one has to go much more deeply, I think, into the question of thought. Because both in the West and the East, thought has become the most important movement in life. Right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Thought which has created this marvelous world of technology, marvelous world of science and all that, and thought which has created the religions. All the marvelous chants, both the Gregorian and the Sanskrit chants. A thought which has built these beautiful cathedrals. Thought which has made images of the saviors, the masters, the gurus, the father image. Unless one really understands thought, what is thinking, we will still play the same game in a different field.
Exactly. Exactly.
Look what is happening in this country. These gurus come from India. They shave their head, put on the Indian dress, little tuft of hair hanging down, and repeat endlessly what somebody has said. A new guru. They have had old gurus, the priests.
Oh, yes.
The Catholic, the Protestant, and they have denied them, but accept the others. You follow?
Yes.
The others are as dead as the old ones, because they're just repeating tradition. Traditionally repeating how to sit, how to shave, how to meditate, how to hold your head, breathe, and finally obey what the old guru says, or the young guru says. Which is exactly what took place in the Catholic world, in the Protestant, you follow? They deny that and yet accept the other. Because they want security. They want somebody to tell them what to do, what to think. Never how to think.